The things we take for granted, the people we depend on daily. Here at 11Alive, we'd like to say thank you. First responders, medical staff, sanitation workers, truck drivers, postal workers, and every brave Georgian doing their part to make a difference. We see you, we hear you, and we appreciate all that you do.
Let's start with a viral message going around. Quote, vast majority of people who died had ibuprofen Advil in their system. This message is fake.
We just bought 20 dust masks for $97.
Are you doing this to help people, or are you doing this to make money, or both?
Both. Take this email sent to the Verify team. Is it safe to have your house cleaned by outside workers? The best practice is to limit guests to emergencies only.
We know things are changing every day, but we're here with you. Continuous COVID-19 coverage during prime time. We're committed to giving you facts, not fear. On 11Alive News Primetime, weeknights from 8 to 11 on WATF.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Today at noon on 11Alive.
We are seeing that lack of smell or altered taste can be a symptom.
We answer your coronavirus-related medical questions. Because 11Alive is where Atlanta speaks.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get even more at 11Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams of Atlanta's biggest trials, and more. Subscribe to 11Alive today.
In times of great uncertainty, some things become more clear. The things we take for granted, the people we depend on daily. Here at 11Alive, we'd like to say thank you. First responders, medical staff, sanitation workers, truck drivers, postal workers, and every brave Georgian doing their part to make a difference. We see you, we hear you, and we appreciate all that you do.
Let's start with a viral message going around. Quote, vast majority of people who died had ibuprofen Advil in their system. This message is fake.
We just bought 20 dust masks for $97.
Are you doing this to help people, or are you doing this to make money, or both?
Both. Take this email sent to the Verify team. Is it safe to have your house cleaned by outside workers? The best practice is to limit guests to emergencies only.
We know things are changing every day, but we're here with you. Continuous COVID-19 coverage during prime time. We're committed to giving you facts, not fear. On 11Alive News Primetime, weeknights from 8 to 11 on WATF.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Today at noon on 11Alive.
We are seeing that lack of smell or altered taste can be a symptom.
We answer your coronavirus-related medical questions. Because 11Alive is where Atlanta speaks.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get even more at 11Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams of Atlanta's biggest trials, and more. Subscribe to 11Alive today.
Let's start with a viral message going around. Quote, vast majority of people who died had ibuprofen Advil in their system. This message is fake.
We just bought 20 dust masks for $97.
Are you doing this to help people or are you doing this to make money or both?
Both. Take this email sent to the Verify team. Is it safe to have your house cleaned by outside workers? The best practice is to limit guests to emergencies only.
We know things are changing every day, but we're here with you. Continuous COVID-19 coverage during prime time. We're committed to giving you facts, not fear. On 11Alive News Primetime, weeknights from 8 to 11 on WATF.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Today at noon on 11Alive.
We are seeing that lack of smell or altered taste can be a symptom.
We answer your coronavirus-related medical questions. Because 11Alive is where Atlanta speaks.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get even more at 11Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams of Atlanta's biggest trials, and more. Subscribe to 11Alive today.
In times of great uncertainty, some things become more clear. The things we take for granted, the people we depend on daily. Here at 11Alive, we'd like to say thank you. First responders, medical staff, sanitation workers, truck drivers, postal workers, and every brave Georgian doing their part to make a difference. We see you, we hear you, and we appreciate all that you do.
Let's start with a viral message going around. Quote, vast majority of people who died had ibuprofen Advil in their system. This message is fake.
We just bought 20 dust masks for $97.
Are you doing this to help people or are you doing this to make money or both?
Both. Take this email sent to the Verify team. Is it safe to have your house cleaned by outside workers? The best practice is to limit guests to emergencies only.
We know things are changing every day, but we're here with you. Continuous COVID-19 coverage during prime time. We're committed to giving you facts, not fear. On 11Alive News Primetime, weeknights from 8 to 11 on WATF.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/.
Right now at noon, protests continuing in Minneapolis following the death of George Floyd. Why police say things have gone from bad to worse. And would you get a COVID-19 vaccine? The new poll that shows Americans are a bit divided on this.
11Alive News at noon starts now.
We begin today with the threat of severe weather. Metro Atlanta could soon see some strong winds and thunderstorms. Meteorologist Chesley McNeil tracking it all. It's already been a nasty morning from some parts of the state, Chesley.
Absolutely, Sheba. We're looking at the city of Noonan right now, where we had a couple thunderstorms move through the area. In fact, if you look in the north and east of the city, you can see the thunderstorms back off there to the north and east. And notice the sun is starting to come out here, which is not a good thing for us. We're getting a few breaks in the clouds, but we'll see more of those thunderstorms begin to pop back up a little bit later on this afternoon. So we'll be tracking some of those. Right now, we have some showers, mainly over toward Fayette County, moving up toward the city. This is one little cluster of thunderstorms. It was a little bit stronger back off to the west of us, over toward Alabama, but has lost a lot of its punch moving into our state. You can see this cluster of thunderstorms right now just to the north of Peachtree City, again moving into Fayette County. That will continue to track up toward the north and east as well. Nice little cluster of rain here just to the south and east of Douglasville. We'll be moving through the city of Atlanta momentarily, so a lot of you will get wet right here in the metro area. We're still looking at that southerly flow, and because of the instability that's over us, we will see isolated or scattered thunderstorms begin to pop back up a little bit later on this afternoon. So this is just one little cluster that's moving through. We'll have more popping up later on this afternoon. In fact, the Storm Prediction Center has placed a marginal risk for severe weather over our area. That's this dark green shaded area, which means damaging winds and hail are possible with some of the thunderstorms that come through. Those winds could be in excess of 58, maybe up to 60 miles per hour. Again, this is a level 1 out of a possible 5, so we'll continue to watch that as we head through the rest of the afternoon. Here it is, our forecast track model. It shows the rain or the cluster of showers that we have right now pushing through. We'll watch a few breaks in the clouds, which will add some more to the daytime heating, of course. That's something that we don't need. And then more of those thunderstorms will begin to pop up. Not everyone gets wet. We're only looking at about a 50% chance for that rain to be around as we head through the afternoon. And then we'll start it all over again as we head into Friday. You're looking at partly sunny skies with a 40% chance for more thunderstorms. The good news is that as we head through the weekend, that chance really starts to go down. Sheba, back to you.
All right, Chesley, thank you. We turn now to the effort to keep struggling businesses afloat. Millions of companies, including many here in Georgia, receiving forgivable loans from the federal Paycheck Protection Loan Program. Governor Kemp and Senator Kelly Loeffler just wrapping up a tour of one such business. And our Mara Sirianni was there for it. Mara, this manufacturing facility was just days away from shutting down when they received the money.
Yeah, they really were, and that's the reality for so many small businesses. So I'm here inside Architectural Brass. So really, they pump out products to send all across Georgia and all across the country. And the manager here says, had they not received that federal assistance, they would have had to lay off 65 employees. So I want to show you some video now. As you mentioned, Governor Kemp and Senator Kelly Loeffler touring this facility this morning. Now, the company mainly specializes in making sanitation stations and trash bins, which are often used in medical settings. Kemp and Loeffler say regarding relief efforts, PPP loans have been essential for thousands of Georgia workers. Senator Loeffler says she believes there's room for improvement in the CARES Act, if not another round of PPP.
What we're seeing is nonprofits and churches are providing a lot of relief. Thousands of meals in our communities. They're providing daycare for our first responders. So that's an example of a gap that I think we can still tweak within the CARES Act without authorizing more funding.
And now Governor Kemp this morning also talking about the number of COVID-19 cases in Georgia. He says that number is likely to fluctuate, especially on the heels of a holiday weekend.
All right, Mara, thank you. And in just a few hours, we're expected to hear from the governor again. He will give a briefing on the latest in Georgia's fight against COVID-19. So pretty much adding to some of the information he provided at that business this morning. He'll be joined by top leaders from the state health department, emergency management, and the National Guard. It starts at 4 p.m. and we'll stream it live on 11alive.com and the 11Alive YouTube channel. The weekly unemployment numbers are out, and more than 2 million Americans filed for benefits for the first time last week. It is the 10th straight week jobless claims are in the millions as coronavirus continues to hit the economy. In Georgia, more than 164,000 people filed. That's about 13,000 less than the previous week. The total number of people seeking unemployment nationwide now stands at more than 40 million.
And here are the latest numbers in Georgia's fight against COVID-19. According to the State Department of Public Health, there are now a little less than 45,000 confirmed cases. 58 more people died since this time yesterday. Atlanta's mayor giving the green light for the city to enter phase 2 of its reopening plan. While the state has loosened restrictions, the city's voluntary guidelines still encourage only essential travel, limiting gatherings to no more than 10, and to-go and delivery orders only at restaurants. The impact of reopening was a point of discussion among Emory's infectious disease experts today, and Nick Sturdivant is in Atlanta with more on that.
Since about mid-March, we've heard the phrase new normal, but what does that exactly mean now that the state is slowly reopening? This morning, Emory's infectious disease experts, Dr. Carlos Del Rio and Dr. Colleen Kraft, discussed that. Across the U.S. and in Georgia, they said we are starting to see a plateau in cases, but they predict it could be another month before we really understand the full scope of how reopening Georgia and the Memorial Day holiday weekend may have impacted cases. The biggest takeaway from today's briefing, as places, especially workspaces, start to open back up, there will likely be outbreaks. But Dr. Del Rio and Dr. Kraft said you should be mindful of everything around you. That means wearing masks and managing your social circles.
I think people need to continue to think about their quarantine and who they interact with, their coronavirus circle, and also how that quarantine can support you.
And I think really it's important to realize that who's getting infected, and rapidly. I think the key as a state level and as a nation is to rapidly identify individuals, isolate them, do contact tracing, and stop the outbreaks.
And they really drove the point home today that we're not out of the woods, not just yet. And they hope that with more testing and more information on the vaccine, that we could be ready in case there's a second wave later this year.
That is the fear. Nick, thank you. A new poll is revealing just how many of you would roll up your sleeves and get a COVID-19 vaccine as scientists race to create one. Liza Lucas is breaking down the results and your reaction.
The results of that poll, indeed interesting. About half of Americans say that they would get the vaccine if available. And when we threw the question out to you on social media, the reactions indeed were divided. Here's a closer look at how the numbers break down. 49% of people plan to get vaccinated, while 1 in 5 Americans would refuse. Meanwhile, 31% of those surveyed not sure. The top reasons people did want a vaccine was to protect themselves, their family, and the community, while Americans who say they will not get the vaccine overwhelmingly said the top concern was side effects. The head of the National Institutes of Health insists safety is the top priority. The NIH is creating a master plan for testing the leading COVID-19 vaccine candidates in tens of thousands of people to prove if they really work and also if they're safe. 11Alive is where Atlanta speaks, and many of you have been weighing in about whether you would or would not get a vaccine. While some plan to be at the front of the line, others say they're not ready. In a tweet, the former head of the FDA says when we get a vaccine, the question indeed is how many people would use it. Dr. Scott Gottlieb says that we would need 40% of use in order to achieve herd immunity.
We are just 12 days away now from Georgia's June 9th primary election, and thousands of voters are still waiting for their absentee ballots. Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger says 500,000 Georgia voters still need an absentee ballot. And if you haven't received one yet, the state is asking you to be patient and wait a few days before heading to early voting sites. Voters mailing in absentee ballots should do so by June 4th. Coming up at 5, Doug Richards will break down everything you need to know about the primary. And coming up, 11Alive financial expert Andrew Poulos is joining us to answer some of your money questions. So let us know if you have one by texting us at 404-885-7600. We'll also have the latest on the case out of Minneapolis.
In times of great uncertainty, some things become more clear. The things we take for granted, the people we depend on daily. Here at 11Alive, we'd like to say thank you First responders, medical staff, sanitation workers, truck drivers, postal workers, and every brave Georgian doing their part to make a difference. We see you, we hear you, and we appreciate all that you do.
Let's start with a viral message going around. Quote, vast majority of people who died had ibuprofen Advil in their system. This message is fake.
We just bought 20 dust masks for $97.
Are you doing this to help people or are you doing this to make money or both?
Both. Take this email sent to the Verify team. Is it safe to have your house cleaned by outside workers? The best practice is to limit guests to emergencies only.
We know things are changing every day, but we're here with you. Continuous COVID-19 coverage during prime time. We're committed to giving you facts, not fear. On 11Alive News Primetime, weeknights from 8 to 11 on WATF.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Today at noon on 11Alive.
We are seeing that lack of smell or altered taste can be a symptom.
We answer your coronavirus-related medical questions. Because 11Alive is where Atlanta speaks.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get even more at 11Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find...
And we're back here. We know many of you have questions about your unemployment benefits, stimulus checks, and so much more during this unprecedented time. Financial expert Andrew Poulos is here to fill us in. So let us know if you have a question by texting 404-885-7600. Good afternoon to you, Andrew. I feel like I haven't seen you in forever.
You've been off a couple days, haven't you?
Yeah, I had a long Memorial Day weekend, but I know you were hard at work, so we appreciate you giving us your time again today.
Absolutely. Good to be here.
Our first question comes from Deontay. He says, my lease is almost over and I am considering a move. Is now the best time to change a lease?
Interesting. Well, listen, if you need to move for some reason, then obviously that's going to take precedent, but you also need to consider, can you find a home during this current situation? Is it going to be easy to look for a home and do home hunting, in essence, and apply for one? That's the bigger question. Is now the time? At the end of the day, if you have to move, you have to move. But just take all factors into consideration before you make the switch.
I guess he's wondering, are there some great deals out there right now?
Well, look, I think everyone who's been renting is still in the homes they've been renting, right? No one's been able to even go out and do anything the last 6, 8, 10 weeks. So will there be some good deals? Possibly. Is it going to make it a little more challenging with the current situation to find those deals and actually be able to apply for them and go see the homes? I mean, at the end of the day, if you're going to move somewhere, you want to be able to go see the house before you apply for it. And I think that's one of the bigger, considerations that he has to take, that he has to think of and take into consideration.
And to do it in a safe way amid coronavirus.
Exactly. Yeah.
Our next question comes from Rachel. Is now the time to convert traditional IRA to Roth?
I love this one. Listen, we are at tax rates are historically low. This year, with everything that's going on, people may have lower income than they had in 18 or 19. So this may be a good time to certainly address this issue because the conversion is going to bring tax consequences. But if your tax consequences are lower than they normally would be, then yeah, it certainly might make sense.
Okay. This next question comes from Norma. She says, I am on an auto bank draft payment plan with the IRS for back taxes. I've tried calling to defer those payments, but can't get anyone on the phone. What should I do?
Yeah, this is a challenging one because the IRS has started to reopen kind of their phone lines for customer service, but it's tough to get through. Some best advice I can give on this situation is you got to get up early and try to dial in. I think the phone lines open up at 8 a.m. And you got to basically call very early in the morning and be patient and be persistent to try to get through, because you can't, if you're on an installment agreement and they're debiting your account, you can't modify it unless you can speak to someone to make that change with the IRS. So she's, they're just going to need to keep on calling until they can get through.
It wasn't the IRS saying that they were adding more employees to the staff and
They recall 10,000, I think, roughly maybe about 3 weeks ago now, Sheba, time flies. So, but, we don't know which departments, divisions they've been allocated to. Certainly customer service and the phone lines are the first priority for them because, people need to be able to get in touch with the IRS for things other than just stimulus checks. There's a whole lot of other business that needs to be taken care of. But it's tough. I mean, I had spoke to someone the other day who said they were on hold for over an hour and couldn't get through.
Yeah, people are still having a hard time with this one. Okay, our next question is from Carlotta. She says, I want to start investing more aggressively, but don't know where to start. I'm 32 years old, which means I have time to take risks. But given the state of our economy, what's the best thing I should put my money into?
Yeah, look, this is all case by case, and it's certainly tough to, give any viewer advice in 2 minutes. But what I would say is, at 32 years old, you're young enough to where you can take risks. I would be a little more conservative and cautious right now until we see where we're headed economically over the next 6 to 9, 12 months. But overall, you have options such as putting money into a retirement account, keeping some cash in a bank account, even maybe putting it in a money market account, which these days I've seen them pay upwards of 1.5%. And do a little investing in the market. Again, you just got to figure out how much you have to invest, how aggressive you want to be right now, and just be a little cautious.
All right, good enough, Andrew. We're going to check back in with you in just a couple of minutes because we have more money questions for you, so stick around. Let's turn to this now. The situation unfolding in Minneapolis and what started as a peaceful protest turned into another night of unrest. A local business set on fire, looting broke out while demonstrators demanded answers and accountability, all following the death of George Floyd, the man who protesters say was murdered by police. Now the mayor of Minneapolis is calling for the arrest of the police officer at the center of this controversy. Gabe Gutierrez reports from Minneapolis.
Overnight, Minneapolis on fire. Protesters leaving an auto parts store in flames. Others seen looting a local Target.
Tonight was a different night of protesting.
All of it after demonstrators approached one of the city's police precincts.
We're about to lose the front of the precinct if we don't move this crowd out of the front.
Officers in riot gear tried to maintain order.
You can see the smoke bombs in the distance, and police have been firing pepper spray to try and disperse this crowd. Hundreds of protesters had gathered here, and now police are trying to push them back to keep the peace.
They gathered hours before, furious at the death of 46-year-old George Floyd.
When is it really gonna change? When is it really gonna stop?
The outrage building nationwide. In Los Angeles overnight, Black Lives Matter protesters blocked the major freeway. This man jumped on a police cruiser as it sped away. Now, after the 4 Minneapolis officers involved were fired, the city's mayor is calling on the county attorney to charge the arresting officer.
Why is the man who killed George Floyd not in jail?
That officer, Derek Chauvin, is seen in this now viral video kneeling on Floyd's neck as he begs for help.
When you saw that video, what went through your head? That could have been me.
The police department initially said Floyd had been physically resisting. This new cell phone video appears to show the moment he steps out of his vehicle. 2 officers restrain him. Security footage from a nearby business shows officers walking him across the street in handcuffs. Records show Chauvin was a 19-year veteran of the department. He's been praised for valor during his career, but was also the subject of a dozen police misconduct complaints that resulted in no disciplinary action. His attorney declined to comment.
At least one person is dead after a fatal shooting near the protest site overnight. And now, Minneapolis's mayor is asking for help from the National Guard. Gabe Gutierrez, NBC News, Minneapolis.
And they are not releasing any information on the circumstances surrounding that shooting. We'll be right back with Andrew Poulos answering your money questions.
Touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Today at noon on 11Alive.
We are seeing that lack of smell or altered taste can be a symptom.
We answer your coronavirus-related medical questions. Because 11Alive is where Atlanta speaks.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get even more at 11Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams of Atlanta's biggest trials, and more. Subscribe to 11Alive today.
Let's start with a viral message going around. Quote, vast majority of people who died had ibuprofen Advil in their system. This message is fake.
We just bought 20 dust masks for $97.
And we're back with financial expert Andrew Poulos answering your financial questions. Let's get to the first one here. I paid my taxes using H&R Block and paid their fee using my return, but I didn't get my stimulus money. Every time I go to the IRS website, I'm told the information is unavailable. How can I get the stimulus money?
Interesting. Yeah, we remember those days, Sheba, back about 6-8 weeks ago. We were hearing that being a common issue. Not so much lately. So if the return's been filed and it's the 19 return, and that's what the IRS is going to pick up, the stimulus check at this point most likely will be sent out by mail, paper check, or a debit card. I've seen one of our clients this week that actually texted me, told me that they received a paper check, and then others who have gotten a debit card. So right now, there's no rhyme or rhythm as to which one it's going to be, but be on the lookout for one of the two.
All right, be patient. Karen has this next question for us. She says, I was approved in March for pandemic unemployment assistance due to my 1099 position. I have since gone in and applied weekly, but have not received any money. Who should I reach out to for help?
Yeah, certainly you want to reach out to the Department of Labor. We're seeing some of these and hearing some of these instances lately. I don't know why all of a sudden these things had been looking like they were on the right track, and they probably still are. But I would call the Department of Labor at 404-232-3001. I would also, if you're on Twitter, encourage Karen to reach out to Butler for Georgia. That's Butler, the number 4 GA. That's the commissioner of the Department of Labor. Send him a private message and see if you can get him to step in and help and get the issue rectified.
All right, love that insider information. Our next question comes from Lynn. She says, I'm on Social Security disability insurance and have not received the stimulus payment on my Direct Express debit card. When can I expect to receive my money?
Yeah, it's not going to come on Direct Express debit card. If she gets it on a debit card, it's going to be a debit card that's coming out in the mail. Last week, the IRS announced that they were sending out to the remaining stimulus recipients about 4 million debit cards. So be aware that they are coming in a plain white envelope from what we understand. It's not a scam. MetaBank is the bank that is issuing the payments on behalf of the Treasury. But be on the lookout for that. Or if you don't get a debit card in the mail, it's going to be a paper check. But this direct other debit card that she has gotten her refund on, it's not going to be going to that.
All right, Andrew, thank you so much for your time. We're going to see you back here tomorrow during our noon broadcast. So if you guys have any more questions for Andrew and we weren't able to get to them, just text your questions to the number right there at the bottom of your screen. It is 404-885-7600. All right, Andrew, bring in the sunshine during this stormy week with your outfit. Thank you so much, Andrew.
Thank you.
We'll be back.
Is it safe to have your house cleaned by outside workers? The best practice is to limit guests to emergencies only.
We know things are changing every day, but we're here with you. Continuous COVID-19 coverage during prime time. We're committed to giving you facts, not fear. On 11Alive News Primetime, weeknights from 8 to 11 on WATF.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Today at noon on 11Alive.
We are seeing that lack of smell or altered taste can be a symptom.
We answer your coronavirus-related medical questions. Because 11Alive is where Atlanta speaks.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get even more at 11Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams of Atlanta's biggest trials, and more. Subscribe to 11Alive today.
In times of great uncertainty, some things become more clear. The things we take for granted, the people we depend on daily. Here at 11Alive, we'd like to say thank you. First responders, medical staff, sanitation workers, truck drivers, postal workers, and
well, we've all become experts at washing our hands by now, right? Or have we? Christy Diaz shows us just how important it is to give your hands a thorough scrubbing using an eye-opening tool.
So it's been about 3 months since we've all been stuck at home. We've all gotten pretty good at washing our hands. Or have we? What if we could see the germs on our hands and test out how good we really are? Well, luckily, my pandemic online shopping led me to this. Blow Germ Gel. It's a hand washing training tool. It's even featured in this CDC video.
Hand washing is one of the most important ways.
Just like real germs, when it's on your hands, you can't see it. But turn on a black light, and it glows. It's a great way to see how we transfer germs from one place to another. So I decided to run a little experiment on myself. I put the lotion on my hands and then went about my day. An hour later, I took a black light to my kitchen. The sink, the light switches, the handles to everything. All of these spots were covered in simulated germs. Then I tested out washing my hands with the CDC recommended 20-second scrub. 1, 2, 19, 20. Not perfect, but better. Then I expanded the experiment to my in-laws. Okay, I need your help. I want you to put this cream on your hands, okay? Úntese la crema en las manos. Trust me.
I would trust you.
Okay. Then we went to lunch. Okay, is it all rubbed in?
Sí.
Vámonos, let's go get some lunch. About 2 hours later, show me your hands and show me your face. Las uñas, they're glowing, your nails.
Ay, Dios mío.
We didn't do so well.
I need to wash my hands as soon as possible. Oh
Yeah.
my God, I need to be safe.
We all glowed. What started on our hands ended up on our faces. And then in his beard and on his lip. Theo, that's how the virus gets in. And all over our shirts. Oh, you need to wash this shirt.
Yes.
Makes you think twice before putting that back in the closet, doesn't it? Moral of the story? Well, now I understand why washing your hands for 20 seconds and often is the glowing recommendation.
Thank you so much for that tutorial, Christy, and your in-laws for taking part. We appreciate you. Thank you for watching 11Alive News at noon. I'm Sheba Russell. Stay safe.
Fake. We just bought 20 dust masks for $97.
Are you doing this to help people, or are you doing this to make money, or both?
Both.
Take this email sent to the Verify team. Is it safe to have your house cleaned by outside workers? The best practice is to limit guests to emergencies only.
We know things are changing every day, but we're here with you. Continuous COVID-19 coverage during prime time. We're committed to giving you facts, not fear. On 11Alive News Primetime, weeknights from 8 to 11 on WATF.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Today at noon on 11Alive.
We are seeing that lack of smell or altered taste can be a symptom.
We answer your coronavirus-related medical questions. Because 11Alive is where Atlanta speaks.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get even more at 11Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams of Atlanta's biggest trials, and more. Subscribe to 11Alive today.
In times of great uncertainty, some things become more clear. The things we take for granted, the people we depend on daily. Here at 11Alive, we'd like to say thank you. First responders, medical staff, sanitation workers, truck drivers, postal workers, and every brave Georgian doing their part to make a difference. We see you, we hear you, and we appreciate all that you do.
Let's start with a viral message going around. Quote, vast majority of people who died had ibuprofen Advil in their system. This message is fake.
We just bought 20 dust masks for $97.
Are you doing this to help people, or are you doing this to make money, or both?
Both. Take this email sent to the Verify team. Is it safe to have your house cleaned by outside workers? The best practice is to limit guests to emergencies only.
We know things are changing every day, but we're here with you. Continuous COVID-19 coverage during prime time. We're committed to giving you facts, not fear. On 11Alive News Primetime, weeknights from 8 to 11 on WATF.
There are